Okay, hello, Julie Pacino. Please try to encapsulate to my audience what the plot, but more importantly, the vibe is of your film I Live Here Now.
The vibe is pink and and emotional
That's the vibe.
and scary. There's a couple vibes going on at once, and it's funny too, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a roller coaster ride. Trip down the rabbit hole is the vibe. There you go. I
There
found
you
it.
go. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Something it was
Rabbit hole.
trippy, right? It was strange.
It's a strange, trippy journey for sure.
And it holds up. I saw it for the second time last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The first time you were present at Fantasia Fest. And
Yes. Oh, cool. You saw it at Fantasia?
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I've been in the same room as you before, but
I love it.
we didn't break
That was
bread.
a
But
great room. What a fun
yeah,
audience.
it
Yeah.
was fun. Tell, let's get to it. Tell me what your Fantasia Fest experience.
It was Fantasia was so much fun. It was like the audience is just so enthusiastic. The Q&A was amazing and like just the facilities and the way the movie looked on the big screen. It was so much fun. I have fond memories and hopefully I'll be there with the next one. It's a great festival.
Oh, great! I'm so glad you enjoyed yourself then. Okay, so I want to talk about some of your great actors here. It's because that's like the first thing when I saw the write up. I read the names and you go, ooh la la, that's very exciting. But let's start with your lead, Lucy Fry. Why did you want her to lead the cast of your film?
Well, it just became apparent that it was her role because of the conversations we had while I was casting. She was kind of the only person that I met who was asking me questions about the script, but also was you know adding to it and bringing ideas to it. And for me, that's really exciting. I love working with actors. I love collaborating with actors. So whenever an actor comes to me with ideas or feelings that they might want to explore through the character, that's just like ding, ding, ding. So she hit that on our first meeting, and I kind of knew instantly, and pretty much just offered her the role on the spot.
Oh, interesting. And now Matt Rife is a very handsome man. Did he enjoy leading into the diabolical side of that situation?
He had a very fun time with the character and did an exceptional job. Yeah, he's a treat to work with. He's a hard worker and he showed up prepared.
Cool. Okay, and I think it's safe to say that David Lynch had some inspiration to this movie, so it is incredibly fitting that Laura Palmer herself, Cheryl Lee, is in the film. So please tell me what she is like to work with.
Yeah, so Cheryl Lee wasn't even my idea. It was our producer Bob McCready. We were trying to figure out Martha and he suggested Cheryl. And we didn't even really know what she was interested in or looking for. And so it was kind of this shot in the dark. And she read the script and we had a meeting. And Cheryl is a force. She's an absolute force. And she's got these eyes that just sort of pierce you. So our first meeting was intense because she had a lot of questions about the movie and she had struck a nerve in her and she kind of just wanted to hear what my goal was with it, and at the end of that meeting it aligned with kind of what she was hoping I would say, and she signed on, and she's just incredible. She's just such an amazing actor. Whenever she would show up on set, she'd kind of show up in character, which was intense and scary for everybody. But yeah, just so fun to work with and such a nurturing presence on set. It being my first feature, Lucy Fry going through what she went through with this character. Cheryl really was a rock for us during the shoot, and she was our queen indeed.
Lovely. That's beautiful to hear. And am I right though? Did David Lynch have at least some inspiration for this film?
Yeah, I mean, David, I practiced transcendental meditation because of David and the way that he was so open with his process as practicing TM, and so that's always kind of been a factor, but also just the way that David made movies in this very free, surreal, but emotionally grounded way it was always spoke to me since I was a teenager. His films just always inspired me and got me excited to that. You watch a David Lynch movie and you're like, oh, you can make movies like this is allowed, and that's just so freeing. So I, it's not one Lynch thing in specific. It's just more like his philosophy on filmmaking and meditation and creativity in general has played a huge role. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I want to dive into that a little bit more deeply. So, are you still into TM?
Oh yeah, I love it.
So that's like your religion. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's so easy. It's such an easy thing to do. You just kind of slip away. And so I find that it's been really helpful in my life to reduce stress and to help stimulate creativity. So I do it twice a day. Sometimes I can only do it once a day, but I really try to stick to it for sure. It's a practice. So it's a thing that I try to be consistent about. And whenever I am consistent about it, I benefit from it.
Okay, I want to ask more questions, but I want to get back to the film, and I totally was entranced once again last night by Madeline Brewer's performance, and she back in 2018 I was at Fantasia Fest and I saw the film Cam. It,
Yes,
it
yes.
blew me away. I just love that movie. It was one of my favorite performances of the previous decade. So I would love to know. You're talking about Cheryl Lee, how she would come on to set in character. I would love to know what it's like to see Madeline Brewer go from herself into her character.
Oh man, Maddie is so much fun and had so much fun with Lillian. Just the costume from when we were picking out the costumes to the type of cigarette that she was smoking. She wanted these really long, skinny cigarettes. Like she just had so much fun coloring in that character and watching her bring it to life. Lillian is a blast. Like she just rolls in and kind of does whatever she wants and then fucks off. And so Maddie really embodied that beautifully and yeah, is so talented. I love Cam also. What a great film that is out of Fantasia. So yeah, she's the other thing about Maddie that's amazing that I actually haven't talked about is like her ability to nail it on every single take. Like I don't like there was this one scene when like Rose lays her down on the ground and she has like a tear come out of her, like a single tear come out of her eye. And she did it like six takes in a row. And I'm just like, I pulled her aside. I'm like, God damn, Maddie Brewer, you're a fucking pro. And she just kind of winked at me. So yeah, she's a really, really talented, really crafted actor. So we had a blast with Lillian.
Okay, and did your father Al Pacino see the film?
So my dad did. I actually screened the movie for my dad and my brother and sister and my mom. It was a rough cut though, so it was pretty early on in the process, and I got feedback from them, and especially my dad and my brother. Uh, they give me feedback on all my stuff that I make, and it's invaluable feedback. But he has not seen the finished version yet, and he's promised me that he'll wait to see it in a theater, because that's how I want most people to experience this movie because it's you can't pause it and walk away. You just got to go on the journey. So he will see it at one of these screenings on the big screen, I'm sure, in its finished form.
Well, heck, I hope you bring him to Fantasia Fest one of these days.
I know, right? That would be so fun. Yeah, we should plan a trip to Montreal, maybe for the next one.
Oh, hell. Okay, and tell people what it's like to work with the distributor Utopia.
They're phenomenal. Yeah, they came on board really early in the process at the script stage, so that was a huge boost of confidence early on, and really helped with the whole process. Just knowing that we had a distribution company that was also passionate about a theatrical run, and that's becoming more and more rare these days. And so it's been really cool that we're doing that. We do have a 35 millimeter print. We are taking it to different cities, and it's really fun, and there's a lot of joy in celebrating movie going.
Oh, I that's beautiful to hear. That's great stuff. So, besides David Lynch, who are a few other creators, not necessarily filmmakers, but just
Yeah.
creators who you think create some of the best dreamy environments?
I say to Terry Gilliam. Like Terry Gilliam was a huge reference, inspiration and reference. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it's probably like cliche to say, but like Stanley Kubrick as well. Like I feel like his every one of his movies have this sort of dreamlike thing to them, even the ones that are more grounded in like reality. But I think he was kind of a master at the surreal. Yeah, those two come to mind off the top.
Beautiful. Okay, well, Julie, thanks so much for your time
Oh
today.
wait, one more. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry, I
yeah.
have one more.
Uh-huh.
Jane Schoenbrunn. I saw the TV Glow.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
we're
Jane's
all
great.
going through. Jane is amazing at creating the dreamy and the surreal, and yeah, their work is phenomenal.
Oh yes, big fan of Jane. Jane's been on this show, so
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, I was lucky. So, Julie, thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your film "I Live Here Now"?
No, I hope people are interested in checking it out and watch it with an open mind and are excited to see something kind of unique and unconventional.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.